Okay. All right, we're debuting our 12-in-1 functionality of the 12-in-1 versus our 9-in-1. This is our 9-in-1 that we have here. You can see just clearly, just by looking at it, it's got a different look and feel. From an installation perspective, the 12-in-1 has a much easier capability of being installed. But key thing is in the naming, there's 9 features here, 12 features here. Take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of as PJ pointed out, the differences here are pretty clear. So what we did is not only did we add mounting is much easier. We got all of our extra features here. So this one, while this one does do proximity sensing, the proximity sensor in this one is much more advanced and much more precise, right? So now you can see we have our sleep state. We've also added a wave to wake. So you can not only, you can touch it to wake it, or you can wave to wake it, however you want to operate your screen. So kind of here at the bottom, you see previously we had arrows to navigate, right? And well, this worked fine. The only downside to this is you kind of had to scroll, right? So if you wanted to get back to your home page after looking through your features or doing anything, you kind of had to hit this over and over, and then we're back to the home page, right? So here now we've kind of gotten rid of the arrows and added our icons now. So now this allows us to simply snap to the page that we want to go to. So we're going to select our features icon, and here we're brought to our settings. And in this section, we're going to have access to all of our settings. So we do get the arrows here, and here we can navigate through all of our settings. As the start safety settings, this is the same. This will allow you to activate or deactivate that warning every time you open and close your door. Moving over, we kind of changed the nomenclature a little bit on some of our modes. Here we have party mode. This is the same as our auto open mode. Door opens up, 5 seconds later, closes behind you, and it activates with sensors. Here we have close behind mode, which was the same as our self-close mode. Same as party mode, except in close behind, sensors do not work. Or if you don't have sensors, that's the mode you want to be in. Next up, our proximity sensor. So with our proximity sensor now, we now have a menu, and it's much more advanced, right? So here we can actually see, we can actively adjust the sensitivity of our sensor, right? And so depending on what your needs are, you can have it as low as a 4-inch range, right? And here we have an indicator. You can see with my hand in front of it, roughly 4 inches, that red LED turns on, telling us kind of what our distance looks like, right? But if we want to push that up to a foot, now we have our hand in front of it, it's much farther. And we can always reduce it to 8 inches depending on how, what your needs are. And you can adjust this as far as you want. So if you're simply walking in front of it, it'll trigger you. So that's much more advanced here on our proximity sensor. Next up, we have our self-locking delay. So currently, anytime you unlock the door, it's going to automatically relock after 15 minutes, right?
In the fully closed position.
In the fully closed position. Or anytime somebody uses the automation at any moment, open, then close, it will automatically lock. Self-locking delay will allow us to extend that time. Instead of 15 minutes, we can do 2, 4, 6, or 8 hours. But then again, anytime the automation is used, it will automatically lock. So next up here, a new feature we have is our VCM, our voice control module. So this will actually allow you to pair your touchscreen to your phone and allow you to use either the phone app to control it, or you can use Alexa, Google, hey Google, hey Alexa, and you can actually control your switch, which controls your door. And then same soft reset, this simply allows you to rehome the door. If for whatever reason the door position is thrown off, or maybe a Lego or something is stuck in the track and the door kind of loses its way, you can simply move the door closed, perform a soft reset, and that fixes most issues. Next up is our hard reset. Hard reset, if you want to reprogram the door and reprogram the open and close limits, we can do that through the touchscreen without having to get to the control box. Lastly here is our new user page. This allows a brand new homeowner to see a page that allows them to kind of gives them a greeting and will allow them to scan a QR code, which it's not on this unit yet. This is our beta unit. They'll be able to scan the QR code and it will walk them through step by step on how to use their new switch. And then once they walk through the guide, and they're able to hit their home button, and then they're prompted to their screen where they can activate operate their door. Some of the new features that we have here, again, is being able to modify our home page. This is something that the 911 did not have as well. So as you see at our home page here, we've actually renamed this switch as Brenda. This is Brenda's office, right? But with this idea is you can rename the switch to any door you want. You can name it kitchen door, patio door, great room door. It kind of allows you just a little bit more information on what door that your switch is operating. So next up here is we're able to now adjust the home page. Instead of seeing open, close, stop, unlock, if you would like, you can now change it to be icons instead of words. So if you like that look, instead of having the words displayed, you can simply have it changed to icons instead. Going back, let's turn that back. So kind of what we saw here, these are basically our advanced features. So these features are extra features that allow us to change how our door operates depending on your needs. If you don't want to navigate through this and say, hey, I want access to everything right here and I don't want to navigate or anything like that, we have an option for that where we can actually, by going to extended screen mode and then going back to our home page, now we have every feature right here. So now we no longer need to scroll or go anywhere. If that's something that the homeowner likes, just for ease of access, it's all right there. So going back, we'll put that back to normal screen. Lastly, in our settings is our backgrounds page. If you would like to have some sort of matching texture background, we have 6 preset images here that you can choose to try to match the texture of your wall. We also have a solid color picker. If maybe you have an oddball color or something that you really want to match to, you can also change to a color and change the intensity of the color that you like. And lastly, custom image. We have the option here to import any image that you'd like, right? If your favorite hunting dog, your family, whatever image that you desire, we can import that on there and have that display.
Also with that, let's say somebody wants to kind of have it blend into the wall. What you can do is take a photo of the wall where you're going to mount this, take a photo of it, send us the image. We'll put it on an SD card. It'll go into the side right here, onto the side of the thing. So when it goes dormant, that's what it's going to display. So it'll blend your switch into your wall. So when you have brick, maybe you have a brick design, or you got wood paneling, or you've got something, whatever, take a photo of it, send it to us. We'll embed that in, reformat, put it in here, and then that's what it's going to look like. So we call that the camouflage mode.
Yeah, and it also has ambient light sensing, right? So when it's dark, it'll dim. When it's bright, it'll lighten up, kind of. Yeah. So that's kind of goes through all of our features here. Next up here is our timer settings. So if you ever want to activate one of these features, right? Party mode, close behind, self-locking delay, these advanced features that kind of change how the door operates. You can always set a timer for those options, right? So let's say you're in party mode, you have guests over, you have motion sensors, guests are coming in and out, the door's automatically opening and closing. But you don't want that on all the time, right? Because, say you want to go to bed, you want the door to shut and lock, therefore nobody can just come up and the door opens. You can actually set that to be 2, 4, 6, or 8 hours, right? So say your party is going on for 4 or 6 hours. After your party is up, once the timer's up, it'll exit back into the normal operating mode, and you don't have to touch the switch or anything. You can go to bed knowing that your door is going to be shut and secured. And this timer can be set for both party mode, close behind, and self-locking delay is where you would access your timers. Next is simply our diagnostics page. Anytime there's something going on with the system or the system detects, hey, something's not right here, this page is gonna pop up and it's gonna highlight you, indicate which error that we have. And this kind of allows us to troubleshoot and say, hey, what's going on with the system and how do we get it up and running as quick as we can. Lastly is just going to be an information page with a QR code. Any further information or more details that you want to have, you'll be able to scan a QR code here and it'll bring you directly to our link with the instructions.
When the installers, when they are trained, they're going to be trained that after they've programmed the door, they're supposed to put it back to a new user page, which he's going to show you right now. And once it goes back to the new users page, when he or she does the final trim, they walk away, they put that on. When the homeowner comes to the door, it's going to greet them and say, hey, this is how you use your door, scan here. And it's going to walk them right through it. With a copy of this video, is going to be linked to that QR code. So the homeowner is going to have, at any time, they're going to be able to go back and be able to see how to use their switch.